Cassandra, I love you. You may not believe it, but I love you. Am I supposed to just turn my back and leave? Am I supposed to be a man? Am I supposed to say, it's okay, I don't mind? I don't mind. Well, I mind. I mind big time. But you know what the worst part of all is? I never learned to read.
Hi. It's another adventure in laser timing. Yeah. Wait a minute. No, I can't do that yet. We should probably introduce ourselves.
Oh, probably.
You probably found us after the first episode of Cape Crisis, which
Cape Crisis.
Just crashing our website with traffic.
Excellent.
Thank you, Henry. Thank you so much.
Hulkdick.com.
Hulkdick.com. That's where you will find all. Look, I still think it's catchy.
It is. It's hard to forget. But I
don't
want...
that's a very Google baiting URL.
Yes, but
I know for all those people who are looking for Hulk's dick.
Yep.
Yeah, as long as you don't have safe search on, you'll find that.
Exactly. If you ever wanted to Google lines from Mallrats.
He talks about the things, Dick.
Stop it. Stop it. Don't out-nerd me. It's not that kind of show this week.
Isn't it?
It is, actually. Because
we didn't introduce ourselves.
Sorry. Go for it. Come on, you're getting all
I'm
hosty.
Henry Gilbert, HENEREYG on Twitter.
I'm Michael Raparez, Wikiparez on Twitter.
I'm Diana Goodman. I'm not on Twitter.
Why not?
Fuck Twitter.
Stop. Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Not without myhandbag.com. There you go.
Hey, look at
I
that.
got a website. I don't need that
Wow.
Twitter shit.
I love your website.
Well, thank you.
I love the things you post on the interwebs.
I try.
Because you posted a bunch of stuff this week. But I do want to say, Michael, it's good to hear you back in my headphones again.
Yes,
it
I
really
agree.
is. Are you
It's
happy
good
to
to hear my own voice in my
Are you happy to be podcasting again?
I am. I'm tremendously happy.
Good. I'm so glad you guys actually came over on this probably not totally convenient night. Because your blog inspired it. Because is that where those videos live right now, or is it just on Vimeo?
No, they live on the site.
They live on the site, and they are. You were lucky enough to. What?
No, I was lucky enough to have parents that videotape the Oscars every year.
Dude,
and then keep them.
I
That is
went
a
back
weird
to
thing
my
they kept
parents'
them.
house looking for shit I tape. It's all gone. It's all gone. I don't know where it is, and if it's somewhere, it's in the attic where the tape is currently melting.
Yeah, I don't know where I'd find all the Space Ghost Coast to Coast episodes. That's it.
Jesus. You'll still have that one at the end of The Mask.
Oh,
There's
boy.
one in there where you.
Ooh, that's such a bad one.
All right, well, this is, if you hadn't figured it out, this is our Oscar special. Where would I be without Ren and Stimpy production music?
Where indeed.
I don't even know if this is public domain, but they sell it on an album. That, if you guys have ever wondered my stupid dramatic stuff, all Ren and Stimpy production music, and I think it's available to buy on CD.
Well, Ren and Stimpy did it because Hanna-Barbera did it.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. This is our Oscar special, and who here does not have a love-hate relationship with the Oscars? Nobody.
Yeah, no.
The love portion of my relationship is very rapidly eroding.
Mine has
I think
changed
I'm almost
over
out of
time.
love.
It's
for the
almost-
Oscars.
well,
You're all out of love.
I was
You're
gonna
so
say-
lost without them.
what inspired this, and I might try
supply
and play some references to it, but your old Oscar clips,
Right.
which they removed from YouTube, but you have
Yeah.
slipped past the man.
Yep. It's called not labeling your videos.
Yeah,
and not putting
no, that's why it was
tags
so
on it.
confusing because it's like Stone 1 or something like that. Swayze 0.
I'm not gonna tell you what's in this.
I just
Don't
clicked on
find
1,
me.
and it's Christopher Lloyd presenting an Oscar, who I don't think I've seen as a normal person in my life. And,
Yeah.
and
Well,
it's,
let's just explain.
Oh, please, go ahead.
I've been working for the last couple days on an article about the Oscars from 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So the Oscars from 1992 about the movies from 1991, and I got my parents to rip it on a DVD and send it to me, and I watched the whole thing, 3.5 hours, and then started
Jesus.
pulling
try
the
and yawn away
videos
from
out.
the mic, Henry.
pulling videos out, and just watching like, what the hell is going on? And it's
Jack
weird.
Palance do one-arm push-ups.
Seeing Jack Palance do
How do
one-arm
we-
push-ups.
Are we
Very
Palance
weird.
people?
So
We're
just
not-
turn that into an animated GIF.
Oh, I should.
That joke.
Oh,
that
Juliette
joke was
Lewis
on.
with cornrows.
That joke was on Animaniacs. Him doing one-arm push-ups.
Oh my God, you're right.
I'm not so old. Look at me.
Wow, is that always a reference to Jack Palance? Yeah. It's a Simpsons joke too.
Yeah, he wins Best Supporting Actor, which is
For
the first
City
award of the night
Slickers?
for City Slickers, which was kind of like a career award. Like, we remember you were in Shane.
Yeah.
And
They front-
he gets up there and he starts talking about, yeah, I'm pretty old, but I'm not that old. And he doesn't thank anybody. He's just like, here, watch this.
Watch this, you maggots.
Well, they
Finally.
they front load the Oscars with the with supporting actor awards, so you'll watch the start. I remember last year's supporting actor. Speaking of old men, was Kirk Douglas. You couldn't believe
Oh,
was
he
still
was
alive.
talking about who he wanted to dingaling?
No, yeah, he obviously knew, like, might be the last time I'm ever in front of people on television. I will not leave the stage. And he he teased opening the envelope like 4 times before
But
he opened it.
seriously, I used to have sex, and I
then,
think a lot of you are pretty.
I remember. He also had a different Oscar moment where he was about to open the thing, and the thing is you're supposed to say, and the award goes to, but then he was about to open it, looked right in the camera and says, and the winner is. Like,
You
I did not know that.
bastards.
the Academy doesn't want you to say someone's a winner. You want to
'Cause
say
they're all
the
winners.
Because winners don't do drugs, Henry.
The award is it's an honor just to
Let
be
that sink
nominated, especially because 19 people are nominated each year now for Best Picture. Fuck's
Something
sake!
like
I think it was 7 or something.
9. It's 9 this year.
It's 9. They
It's
couldn't find
9.
a fucking 10th to round it
They
out.
couldn't. There were plenty. Actually,
Fucking-
they shouldn't have had 9. Okay, it should have been 8 because Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close is extremely stupid and incredibly I hate you.
Good one.
I
Hey, should we all
hated
say
that.
which one we think will win this
Hated
year?
that.
This
It's
will
gotta
air
be
the day
artist.
afterwards.
Oh yeah.
It seems
Let's
like
see
it
how
would be
right
the
we
artist.
are.
Yeah.
It's got to be the artist.
It's
It
the
could
most
be
likely.
Hugo.
I do
Could be
vote
Hugo.
for the Academy.
I actually think The
Because those-
Help actually might have a chance.
The Help?
Ugh.
I don't want to.
What
have
was it?
happen.
Somebody
White
sent
people
around a
fix
thing about
racism.
Yeah, somebody sent around a thing
You're
about
welcome, by the way.
how
Bitch.
different things were trending on social media, and it's like, well, The Help did get the most Facebook likes and tweets.
Good. I hope all the Academy members are on there. Douglas Fairbanks III. I don't follow him, but
But not, yeah. Meanwhile, the
You
artist
can't use Twitter. Pushing 140 keys in succession makes their fingers fall off.
the artist is
Oh,
a
we're turning to
tribute to
dust.
old Hollywood, and
They
aside
love
from
that shit.
That's
aside
true.
from the Holocaust, they love that. That's their
Yeah.
number one love.
what retarded people? They like.
Yeah.
Well,
they
not
like
full
really
retard though.
They like really good impressions of recently dead celebrities.
Yeah.
And Katharine Hepburn.
But wait, tell me.
Oh, I say, I'm spotty, and I sweat, and you can't hear. Aren't we a fire pair?
Oh come on, that was my favorite part. Of
She
the
was
Aviator.
good. She was the
And I
best part
love
of
that
Aviator.
movie, and I love
love
Katharine
Aviator,
Hepburn.
yeah.
But the second she showed up, I remember
I hated
Michael
Aviator.
nudged me and looked at me and was like, "Is this accurate?" I was like, "Fuck yes, I love this movie."
Yeah, I still hated that movie. I hate movies that derive off of like contrived biographies with horrible celebrity impersonations.
She did a good
She
But-
did a good job. No, she did. A good
Yeah.
job.
Wow, it's Lana Turner.
Well,
oh
it's-
my
yeah,
goodness.
I mean, come on, Katharine Hepburn was over the top when she was just Katharine Hepburn. So
Oh, you old poo.
Look how good he's doing. Throw him in a fucking wig.
That's how it used to be in olden times. Movie stars were easy to imitate.
Yeah,
'Cause
you're
they
just
had
used to talk this way, see?
Because our resolution is in 90p, and you can't see who we are unless we
Yeah.
talk weird and continental accents.
I love that with
We're
that.
used to the stage and-
the artist, the aspect ratio of the artist. It was a square.
Yeah.
Like, I love that.
It's an old
An
4x3.
Uggy the dog, huh? Wasn't he adorable?
Did you know they retired that dog?
Awesome.
Yeah, he earned it.
They trotted him out for the
Yes.
Golden Globes.
Did
They did the gun trick, and he did it.
Yeah, but then I found his brothers look exactly the same.
Oh.
Well, that's what happened on Frasier too. I mean,
Oh, with Moose?
yeah, Moose.
Ugh.
And remember
We're
on,
fast approaching Oscar Sunday.
I might be on the Oscar website.
well, I was going to say, remember when they killed the dog on Married with Children?
No.
Buck went to heaven in one episode. and was reincarnated as a different dog.
Is that the one where they introduced Seven?
That was like 5 years after
what,
Seven.
What the? Yeah, fucking Seven. He was like the cousin Oliver of.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. All right.
Speaking of
Well, they had
Oscar
him-
nominations. Oscar nominees.
Anyway.
Wait, what about Married with Children?
I don't care. I don't care. We're
Oscars.
All right.
We're recording
Our
this
love
on
affair
old
with the
podcast
Oscars.
nighttime.
So what I was
I see-
trying to get to actually
Sorry.
was since we had the 92 awards, I
Mm-hmm.
went through and I pulled out really weird pairs of presenters, and that's where Christopher Lloyd comes in. Bringing it all back around. Christopher Lloyd and Rebecca De Mornay. What the fuck do they have to do with each other?
I mean, I'm
What
sorry.
is
I know they're both listeners, but neither of you are movie stars.
Their
like
character.
them.
I had to tell, like, I told you about that moment because, like, a thing, the hand from Adam's Family runs the envelope out onto the stage, and you both said, "What does Christopher Lloyd have to do with Adam's Family?" And we both, you've seen that movie a billion times, and
no,
you don't know he's Uncle Fester.
No, I knew this. That was Brennan Grimm didn't know that.
I don't know.
I knew he was Uncle Fester.
I want to
did-
try and maybe get to those after the break or something because I don't have them loaded.
Okay.
But I see the Best Picture nominees, and you have seen all of these.
All of them? For
All of
this year?
these?
Well,
Yes.
I've seen. Yeah, this is actually the 20th year where I've seen all the nominees before the awards.
I think I've
I
only
am
seen
that much of a dork.
I think I've only seen 4 this year. What
Dude,
are they
I've
again?
seen none. Wait, no, I've seen 2. Wow, I usually see a lot more than that naturally. Michael, you've seen a lot of them too, right?
Young adults should have been
I have.
nominated.
I've seen
over,
what, maybe half of them. So Warhorse,
couple,
Hugo,
Would
the
have been nice if
artist.
Patton Oswalt got
Tree of
nominated.
Life.
Oh,
Yeah, good Tree of Life.
well, is that your least favorite right now?
I refuse to watch Terrence Malick movies anymore.
It's the
Why?
least favorite of the one I've
He's
seen.
a, God, it's
I wanted
so-
so bad to like that movie, and for the first hour I did.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it's a bad sign when you've gotten an hour through a movie and it feels like 90 minutes and you're ready for it to be over, and you realize there's more. We're not even halfway through with this. There's more than an hour left to go.
It's like 3 hours. I hear it's a little self-indulgent.
that's Terrence Malick to a T.
That's what I
understand.
That's like calling the Pacific Ocean a little bit wet.
But I agree with that. But like when the dude, like, he's got that luxury of making movies only when he wants to in secret
Yeah.
with giant movie stars.
And
Like,
any movie star will work with him for the right to say I work with Terrence Malick. Like
Yeah.
when he came back to make it's Thin Red Line,
Mm-hmm.
like everybody wanted to be in that movie.
And
Yeah, I
they
mean-
are.
That's funny.
George Clooney
Everybody's
is in
in
there
there.
playing exactly George Clooney from ER, like the exact same character, like
Yeah.
shaking his head. Now look, if we don't go in there, I'm not sure if I can mug with my Caesar haircut.
Yeah, so that movie bugged me. The only thing that bugged me the most is so many actors wanted to work, and it's like you spend all the time going, "Ooh, Travolta!
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
is he coming back?
Nope.
Yep, Sean
Wait,
Penn.
oh.
What?
Oh, Woody Harrelson. Why is he
He's
diving on the
gone.
grenade? Oh, there he goes. Bye, Woody. Bye, Woody.
Hamburger Hill was so boring. Man. No, that was. It's funny you mentioned seeing every Oscar film every year. For I think a decade straight, me and my mom saw every Oscar movie every year, and that included both of us going to see Thin Red Line and being bored to tears.
I
And, like,
remember
we both
liking
were
it, and
just
I was
like,
in an age where I would have hated it.
It's, but I think it's a good balance of his boringness and not boringness.
Okay, but back to this year.
The tree of life and
Back to this year. Let me go through. I'll go through the alphabetically the way they're listed. The Artist, which I haven't seen, but I really would like to.
Oh my god, you
Really
haven't
good.
seen it?
I watch more.
Very good.
I watch more silent movies than I think the average person because
Well, any would be more than. the
Yeah,
average person.
okay.
So yeah.
You have to see The Artist before Oscar night. Like if you're going to see one Oscar nominated movie,
I will
see that one.
torrent it right now. You can torrent that at lasertimepodcast.com.
Yeah, they don't deserve your money for making a good movie.
No.
I'll pay them for the Blu-ray because I gotta see that shit in 1080 pizzle.
Okay, Hey, I'm sorry, I keep stopping you.
surround sound. You
No,
need
that's
surround
okay.
sound for that.
But you guys all saw The Artist, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
great.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. I see. I did
Absolutely.
not even know until the other day that John Goodman was in that.
He's
Yes.
How the fuck?
Yeah.
How the fuck did
Fantastic.
John Goodman end up in a French silent film?
I can hear John Goodman in my head when his mouth is moving on the screen. Like,
Oh, Roseanne. My jowls are nearly suffocating me.
I feel that there are some moments there are some moments when
fired.
there are some
Now you're
moments when
Vince
he's
McMahon.
on Community where I'm like, I feel like you're near death, John Goodman. This isn't as funny to watch now.
Well, he looks. He's lost some weight.
No,
recently.
he lost it and then gained it all back again.
But it looks weird and saggy. And
Yes.
Like
Yeah. You'll be back, Troy.
I want him in more Coen Brothers movies because
Yeah.
that guy
needs
in
to
a
go back
Coen
to
Brothers
Coens.
movie, he becomes like the greatest actor of all time.
Oh, I love him so much. He is so great.
So do
He'll
I.
show us the life of the mind.
Yeah. All right. The Decadents, The Descendants.
Okay.
Meh.
Okay.
Okay, like Henry doesn't like it.
No, I was disappointed. Look, I want to say though, these were films created by these are almost all films created by an artist with a directorial vision, an auteur. These are not all the other shit made by Hollywood all year round. Like these are all better than those. But on the scale of Oscar films and one's directed by Alexander Payne, this did not compare to Election to me in the least.
Election is one of the greatest movies ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
And but it was written by the dean from Community,
This is true.
Co-written.
Jim Rash. I'm losing it.
Yeah.
Yep. Every time I see him
we
dressed
don't
as
need
Tina
this.
Turner or something, I'm calling him Academy Award nominee.
Oh wow!
Dean from
Is he
Community.
nominated?
He is
Oh,
for
that's so
screenplay.
great.
I would. It's got a chance to win.
He's like
He's got a chance.
I don't want to talk any more about Community, but I love that show so dearly, and he's probably my second or first favorite character.
Yeah.
The Dean. It's coming back March 15th. Yay! I hope this episode releases in a timely. Oh, it will. It will. Okay.
Yeah,
so-
it has to.
Okay. Extremely loud and incredibly close.
Fuck that.
Fuck.
You're the only one
Movie.
who's seen that. But 9/11's tough and stuff, man.
I don't know how this got
But Tom
nominated.
Hanks.
I think
9/11's
it was,
important.
I think it was sight unseen. I think people just heard, 9/11 movie with Tom
With
Hanks.
Tom Han-
Oh,
so
that'll be good.
What I think is Tom Hanks the one he dies in 9/11,
Yeah.
and it's like a
You-
flashback
the
to.
movie starts with watching. Doesn't the film start with watching his feet floating in the air as
Yes.
after he jumped out of one of the towers?
Yes.
Does it reveal that at the
That's
end?
heavy.
That's what he was
No.
jumping from.
No.
Everybody
No.
knows he jumped. Yeah, it's
No.
a fact of the film. that-
Yeah, his kid's got he's kind of Asperger's-y, and his dad, Tom Hanks, would come up with things that he would go do, so he'd have to interact with people and not be so damn Asperger-y. And then Dad dies in 9/11, and he thinks that there's this mystery that his dad left for him. He's got to go figure it out, and he's super annoying. His mom has
So precocious, right.
His mom's
Incredibly loud
completely
and extremely
checked
close.
out. He needs to go to therapy. He does not need to be wandering around
So he just
all of
walks
New York
City,
on foot, freaking out all the time.
meets diverse groups of people, learns about 9/11.
Learns to love.
I'm guessing, who were affected by 9/11 in some way in New York.
No, actually.
Oh, okay.
No, they did not. But there is an awful lot of. He keeps going up to total stranger to me. Hi, do you know my dad? He died at 9/11. And everyone just is like, oh, and hugs him.
didn't? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Whose
And they're all like-
father didn't you, mother?
I died on 9/11. Fuck you.
I lost two of my brothers in the fire.
My goldfish died on 9/11. Motto. I haven't been in New York
Wait,
in a while.
what's the secret of Max von Sydow? It's like he is his estranged grandfather or something, or what?
Wow, you guessed it, huh?
It's so
Shocker.
obvious.
Shocker.
I was asking because I was hoping it was something less obvious than that.
Yep.
It's like a good a B plus writer would think of that first and be like, well, that's too obvious. I'm not doing that. Everybody would think it's going to be that.
I don't appreciate you looking at me and you say B plus
podcast
writer.
contains spoilers.
for a movie. You
Well,
shouldn't
don't
watch.
contain any
No.
more spoilers. Don't
Don't
ask any more questions
bother.
about endings. But this one I've heard nothing but terrible things about.
The kid. Okay, part of it's the character. That the character's so precocious and kind of weird and has no
Little curly
social
Sue.
skills. And some of it's that the kid actor is really annoying too. Like when he's doing good, he's just annoying. When he's doing bad, you want to smack him. I think it was one of the first things I said when I came home after seeing this movie. Michael's like, "How is it?" I'm like, "I have a new title for it. It should be called Shut the Fuck Up and Go the Fuck Home."
Bam.
That's all I could think.
You got your own zap. Well, based on the star and the plucking 9/11 heartstrings, I'm going to give this my lock of Oscar season. Extremely loud, incredibly close. Will take the. Why is that making a noise? There we go. It will take the award.
We'll take Best Animated Feature.
Barely beating out Kung Fu Panda 2 and Rango.
But compared,
Will they just get rid of that fucking award?
well, meanwhile,
Rango's
the,
fucking amazing.
the
Yeah.
next movie on the list, I was worried would have annoying, cloying, precocious kids that would ruin the film.
The
but it
Hulk?
didn't. The Help's next. Damn it.
Alphabetically on the list.
I'm sorry, I forgot about The Help. I thought Hugo was next.
No, Hugo.
Yeah. See, I kept thinking
We'll switch it around.
I was comparing the kid actor in Extremely Loud to the kid actor in the kids in Hugo are great.
Yeah,
The
but
kid in Extremely Loud has kind of 2 strikes against him to begin with because his character is annoying. He walks around to distract himself with a fucking tambourine. So just when he's being quiet and not annoying, you got to listen to the fucking tambourine.
Who's that girl in Hugo?
Chloe,
she was Hit Girl in
Chloe
Kick-Ass. She is responsible for the best episode of 30 Rock.
Yes.
Seriously,
one of the best. But yeah,
that was my favorite. Like him dumping out her bag and arguing with her at school, and her being like, and she's just like this acts like a fully formed adult. Speaks perfectly.
Kick-Ass would not have worked at all without her.
Yeah, she's really fucking great, dude. And when she was in that awful Let the Right One In movie, I didn't see it. I should stop calling it awful.
But
the
not-
remake?
Yeah.
No,
that was really
surprised.
good, actually.
You know,
Did you see the original first?
No.
There you go. Shit.
My mom has, though, and she said it's super depressing compared to the American one. So, that's a barometer
It
of
is.
quality.
Here's a weird thing.
Michael's mom's picks.
Here's a weird thing I noticed in Hugo was that you see, there's a lot of movies. All the French people had English accents. Like, wasn't that
Borat had a French accent.
Well, okay, but he was supposed to be a
And yet
cartoonish
he's
French
English.
character. Yeah, but like, what's his face? Michaud, they just keep saying, like, for Hugo, it made sense. His dad was Jude Law. They made it a point to be like, we came from London to France, but
Yeah.
like the.
I was more like I actually just saw the glorious Castro Theater on Monday because they showed it in 3D, and I'm like, for one night, I'm like, that's where I want to see it, in a theater that's been around since this movie was set. Yeah, it was fucking great. And
I did not expect it at all, like, to be that good.
I didn't. Well, I'm not. I'm not. I don't like it as much as I think the Academy does, and I loved it. A lot of it really worked for me, but like the first half where it's setting itself up. Is it only setting itself up as a formulaic children's movie?
Yeah.
In order to completely reverse that and become Martin Scorsese's most personal film ever made? Like
that was the thing. Remember when the trailers came out and it's sort of like, oh no, you'll come back here. I'm going to get
little
you.
boy lives in the walls.
And I was like, what did Scorsese?
You get back to working on clocks. Oh, my leg doesn't work very well. If only somebody knew how to use screwdriver.
This
Why
key has a
Scorsese?
secret. What will it tell me? Like,
Yeah, and then like I looked up like, okay, well, what's this about? I look up on IMDb and it's like, okay, this kid plays Hugo, and this kid plays Georges Millet. That explains it. Thank you. Now I know why Scorsese did it.
Then, when you find out he's
Spoiled the
Well-
whole movie on Daily Show talking about it.
Well, I didn't watch.
But it's hard. I think for me, it's hard to spoil, and I hate that I have to recommend a movie in 3D.
That's one of the few. I think. Yeah.
And if
everyone
I've
told
heard,
us.
I went and saw it in 2D, and like that, I kind of regretted that because there's several scenes like you can tell they're shot for 3D.
There's a lot of those scenes in between the walls, like, actually look great. They're not super annoying. They give you a sense of depth, which is what it's supposed to do when things aren't flying at your face. But this is, I guess, a vague spoiler. But it's basically about the love of movies, and it restores old movies into HD in fucking 1920s,
think about that.
30s
Thinking about
movies.
Voyage to the Moon in 3D.
And they even delicately don't do Trip to the Moon in 3D in the beginning, and at the end when he comes, when Méliès comes back, it does a little montage. And dude, somebody restored this guy's movies in 3D, and that's the end of the movie. That's the climax. It's beautiful,
And it's just funny to see, like, the film takes place in the 1930s, and they're like, we're trying to restore classic films. Like, you're in the era of you're existing in a time where most people's idea, like, of film, that's the classic time, and you're talking about the films of 20 years before that. Like,
Yeah,
also,
most of the silence have been lost. Something like 90% of all silent films are
that's
gone.
fucking crazy, and that's
because
why,
of the film stock that they used, and that they just didn't give a shit.
I try and tell people that we make podcasts and we cut that bit out. Why didn't you save it? Like, because I ran out of hard drive space. So fuck no, it doesn't get saved. But then I do have a film background, and they were willy nilly tossing out shit they didn't need. Let's recycle this film. And burn it down into something else. This
Make it
fucking
into
master
shoe
negative.
heels.
Yes, make it into shoe heels. And I never want that to
Who's
be.
gonna want to see this? They're
I
still
know.
making movies. Why watch old ones?
I try and tell people that all the time. This hard drive, it's filled up with podcast files. Like, why are you saving them? Like, because I just don't know, and I don't want to be the one like who's responsible in the Wikipedia
In 20
page.
years.
Yes, and then Chris decided he was pissed when I got drunk and ran it over with a magnet and it ruined everything.
There's another scene in Hugo I love where they show that clip of of that story. Oh, when they first saw a train in a movie, they thought the train was going to hit him.
Yes.
And then later in the film, a train is flying at you in 3D, and there were moments where when that happened, I was like, "Whoa!" It was.
They're
such
trying
a
to
visceral
recreate
train
that feeling
moment.
for you.
But it happens so Scorsese wants you to think about it later. He's not It's not so on the nose that he wants you to know it right when it
I think
happens.
I'm going to enjoy that movie ever so thoroughly on my second watch. On my second watch, because I know what to expect now, and it's there's a lot of beautiful things about it. I will say that Lumiere brothers thing is a myth that never happened.
What Lumiere brothers thing?
The people jumping out of the way of the train the first time they see a movie. It
That
never
sounds
ever
like
happened. It was written by, it's one of those things just like the world is flat thing. Some writer wrote in a newspaper it was so vivid that people were jumping out of the way, I swear.
The Help, though, man.
Also, I liked seeing Arnold Rothstein in that movie.
Who's Arnold Rothstein?
The guy from Boardwalk Empire. What's the actor's real name? I forget.
Who do you play?
But
From
he played
Mysterious
the
Man.
film historian.
Schulbarg. Michael Schulbarg.
Yeah.
I think you're ruining the second season for me. I haven't seen him yet. Okay.
He's in the first season.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
He just
New
looks
York
totally
gangster.
different. Yeah. Rothstein, the guy
Brags
who's
about
awesome.
making a guy swallow a cue ball.
I did not
When
read-
he's the he's the teetotaler who wins at cards all the time.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
All right, we have to keep going.
The Help
Did anybody
sucks.
see The Help?
Yes.
The Help sucks? Why does it suck, Henry?
Because what? Because fucking
people
Gwen
fix black
Stacy.
people's
Yeah.
problems.
When she doesn't, she
That's
acts
what
totally,
I'm here for. Thank you. Welcome.
It's also weird. Now I never thought of it before. It stars two film Gwen Stacy's.
Oh my God, you're right.
Bryce Dillon
It's the
Howard.
battle of the Gwen Stacys. There's
Poor-
the racist one and the good one.
Poor
and they
Bryce
fight.
Dillon Howard had to play a bitch in 2 movies last year.
She's like a Klansman in The Help. There is no subtlety whatsoever. She pretty
Well, that's not The
much
Help.
is any second now going to lynch somebody.
Well, then I'm going to give her the award for Best Actress. As long as you're playing a Klansman, that's too near and dear to my southern heart.
With the gun with the wind music, that's
Well, in
appropriate.
50-50, she cheats on a guy with cancer. So I mean, that's pretty bad too.
How can you not?
Have you guys not seen 50-50 yet?
No, I haven't
You'll probably cry. It made me cry. It actually made me cry.
What doesn't, Henry? Name one movie in this list so far that hasn't made you cry.
Hugo didn't make me cry.
Did it not?
It
I almost
warmed
lost my shit at the end of that
warmed
movie.
my heart greatly, but okay, actually,
Only because I know how in movie Scorsese is, and
Yeah.
he got to make this movie about what he would have done as a little kid.
yeah, I wish that trailer. I wish the trailer hadn't. The trailer ruined the Scorsese cameo.
It
That
warmed
was
my
cute.
heart to see Ben Kingsley in something good again.
Something good,
Yeah.
something that isn't
Yes.
Uwe
It's been a
Boll.
while.
He finally got to be good.
Something
again.
where he wasn't just phoning it in for a paycheck.
Yes.
I was telling Diana afterward, he should use a pseudonym on really bad movies and just go by Ken Bingsley. And that's how we know, this movie's going to be shit.
Like I had.
There are other things that tell us this, but
I have too many. My son needed a house.
Get that Twitter
so-
handle while you can.
Ken Bingsley.
Kingsley. And just do a film negative version of Gandhi.
Let's keep going down this list.
Okay.
Gandhi
Midnight.
grabs an Uzi and he
You
fucks
see-
those guys up.
Midnight in Paris.
Yes.
I'm weaned on Woody Allen.
I've
but
heard it's one of the
getting a
best.
little-
It's one of his.
Woody's
It's
in
one
a
of his
while.
best in a very long time.
Well, did you like Match Point?
I actually have not seen that yet.
Really?
I
Match
know,
Point. I liked
know.
Match Point.
Oh no,
quite a lot.
I saw it. I just didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah.
After Match Point was his first London one, which
Yeah.
was such a nice palate cleanser. It was so nice when he got out of New York. New York is great for him, but 30 fucking movies in New
I
York.
think he's
Get
made
out
a
of
movie
New
about
York
every
City.
square block
Yes.
of Midtown Manhattan.
I did love Whatever Works with Larry David. Because
I've seen that one.
You're aged and ugly when Larry David is better suited to play you.
The movie star version of
Because
you.
Larry David is just naturally the perfect Woody Allen, and I'm really trying not to say Jew, Diana. I'm sorry, but I don't know. I love that. I love Parker Lewising at the camera. I'm sure that's not the right fucking way to describe that.
Could at least say Ferris Bueller.
I know. I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry. I'm a bigger Ferris Bueller fan.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Look. I thought that analogy couldn't lose.
Oh, speaking of Woody and the Oscars, remember? I think it was the first post 9/11 Oscars where Woody showed up and like did stand up almost.
It blew my mind.
Yeah,
I remember we
I
were still
couldn't
working
believe
in a
it.
newspaper, so we were like actually working while it was on in the background, and that came on, and I just stopped out of my mouth open. Everyone's like, "What? He's won before, right?" Like, he has never shown up.
Yeah.
And he gives all his Oscars to his parents, and they have him on like the top of the china cabinet.
He never shows up. I mean, I understand. You fuck your daughter. It's going to be a little difficult to show your face in public.
Back at like Annie Hall, he didn't go then.
But
Back then.
Yeah,
but
he
he
still
only
never-
shows up, and then like I see him occasionally. He'll act in a movie. There's some God. I need to look this up later. But also he appears in pretty much every HBO sports documentary that's ever made. Oh, what you don't understand about Muhammad Ali is that he was so good and he's powerful.
I know.
Also, she's not his daughter. She's his ex-girlfriend's daughter.
Adopted.
He only
Yes.
raised
And
her.
adopted.
So, he only raised her for
Ex-girlfriend.
some times.
Yeah, I had a girl working at a strip club.
Not
living
saying
here.
it's not
I had a
creepy.
girl who worked at a strip club living here for 3 months. I would have felt guilty as shit putting it to her. I can't believe his adopted Chinese daughter. I get to ride my high horse in this one.
But he has. You got to give it to him. He stuck
it
with
dressed like
her.
a
for-
They've stuck
been
together.
together 20, 25 years.
Yeah, it has been. All right, redeemed. We'll move on to
Owen Wilson's in that movie.
Yeah, really?
He is in that movie.
And he
I
doesn't.
tried to kill myself.
He doesn't go all Woody-ish though. He doesn't do an
He
impression.
kind of does.
No, not as bad as
sort
other
of,
ones.
It's sort of halfway between the usual character he plays and Woody Allen.
It's
what
not
was that
even
one-
close to like Kenneth Branagh in Celebrity
The-
or
or
even John
Jason-
Cusack.
I was going to
Jason-
say, what is your least favorite Woody Allen impression? Kenneth Branagh in Celebrity
was
doing Woody
weird.
Allen is so stupid.
Well, what about
Weird.
Jason Biggs in anything else like that?
But he doesn't
I
like
didn't watch
Kenneth
that one. I heard it was
Branagh
terrible.
does
It was
Woody
really
Allen.
He does an
It's fucking
impression.
embarrassing.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Kenneth. Wow.
Kenneth
really?
Branagh.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Kenneth
of Thor
Branagh is the
fame.
greatest actor of his generation, and he's doing.
I totally disagree with that.
Well, no, he was known as
Randy
that.
Propo is the greatest actor.
Well, he was the greatest
That's my
classically trained actor. He's supposed to be the Laurence Olivier of our generation.
Yep.
Well,
and he's
then
nominated for an Oscar this year for playing Laurence Olivier.
Henry
After
Finally got
directing
around to
Thor.
it.
Henry
Yep,
is
after
giving
directing
it
Thor.
to that guy for Best Picture. I want to move on to the movie I've seen.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I saw it on a plane. Moneyball.
I haven't seen Moneyball yet.
Moneyball is.
It's okay.
It's very.
It's
weird.
about local sports.
It's not about that. I hate sports. Do not care about the Oakland A's.
Yep.
But
It's about Jonah Hill reading numbers into a camera.
Back when he was fat.
But it's different than that. Like, let's say hypothetically you worked at a website that is dependent on traffic and advertising, and you sit through a bunch
That
of
doesn't
mindless
sound real.
SEO meetings.
That doesn't sound real.
So
at all.
imagine,
Yeah, how do you picture that? I don't know.
imagine making a movie where you root for the people doing the SEO scripts, and that's what this movie is about. Where you
It makes
figure
me
out,
not want to watch this movie now.
but that's what's weird about it, because there is a purity to the sport that, like, the formula these guys come up with flies in the
Ruins
face of
it.
purity. And that's why I've been dying to get a couple of
up?
sports people on the show, because like none of us give a fuck about sports at all. And
Well-
I want to understand, and I sort of like wanted to understand more about sports after watching this movie.
Well, listen to this fact though. Doesn't Brad Pitt plays Billy Bean, right?
Yes.
Famously gay.
Marvel character.
No, but yeah, he was one of like the first, like well, he wasn't a big he was far from a big baseball
Wait, he's
star, but
gay?
he came out of the closet. Yeah, it
Oh,
was.
I had no idea.
It was a big deal. He
Definitely glossed over that.
he came out after. Yeah,
So that explains why I wanted to fuck him in the movie. Has nothing to
Well, I
do
was
with his Brad
curious to
Pitt. Is
just
that he was
see-
throwing gay at me.
I don't feel like Brad Pitt's ever played gay before.
Two
like,
Oscar-nominated films this year.
Yes.
What
Yeah,
Moneyball? and
Tree
what?
of Life.
Oh, ugh. Forgot about that.
Which Tree of Life is my favorite Madonna song. Shit, that is the wrong song. Sorry.
Now it's going through my head anyway.
Yeah, quicker than a Tree of Life. Can we please
Oh,
record?
if only that movie was quick.
Can we record? Slower than a Tree of Life. I need to get
There you
Dan
go.
Amrich on the
There you
phone,
go.
who may
Yes.
or may not have brought to you this podcast.
I purchased his book.
You better have. He's gonna. We might have a personal plug written by him. Written by him in this next break. We'll move on from Moneyball. Tree of Life we already talked about.
It's too long.
I see Raw House because I'm dyslexic. War Horse. Which,
Roadhouse.
I wanted to like that one, and then it's like this. I kind of think it would have been better if I didn't know anything at all about World War One, because it's like this sort of weirdly grimy and horrible, and yet at the same time strangely sanitized and idealistic version of it.
I remember I didn't find that out until college that was the war where like the most people died ever.
Yeah,
and they
like,
did it
for the
depressingly.
least number of reasons.
Yeah, like covered in mud and
The Battle of
ammonia
Somme alone, like, is one of the worst atrocities in,
Yeah.
in human history.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I love that. I love there's some Kurt Vonnegut book, and like he's like he just went to France during a certain period. Like, where is everybody my age? I'm like, they're all fucking dead.
Yeah.
They're all gone. There is nobody your age here.
I kind of found the ending a little bit offensive, or the climax rather, because it's like everybody, literally everybody around you is dying or just horrifyingly wounded in terrible pain, and yet everybody, including like the field doctors, drops what they're doing to gather around and watch this guy get reunited with his fucking horse. Jesus Christ!
Don't you wish you were a bat like Gene Shalit?
I mean,
right
I'm
now?
sorry, spoilers, but Christ!
I'm glad to know that horse lives, though. Now I want to see that movie. I didn't want to watch that horse die.
Horses live forever.
I was
Get airports
afraid.
named
I was
after
afraid to watch that horse die. To be honest, yeah, because I've turned into a 70-year-old woman.
Do you wish you were a shitty film critic just so you could title your review nay?
Yes.
Oh my!
You're welcome.
So this is
Zing.
goodbye from the
I
good
could
guy.
say, war horse, more like bore horse.
Tom
Yes.
Cruise is on cruise control. I just made that up.
Just made that up. What a great show!
All right.
Tree of life, more like flee for your life.
That's good.
That's a good one.
I hope.
one.
I mean, we've clearly gone way too cultured with the last couple episodes, given the Super Bowl songs and Simpsons music. So I hope people aren't tuning out because this is too heady. But we will get back after this tiny little break, and we will discuss our biggest problems with the Oscars. Right?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get warmed up now.
Hi there, Laser Time. It's Dan Amrich, or as Chris Antista likes to call me, Bam Ramdick. I'm here to beg for your money, straight up. I've written a book about GAMS journalism called Critical Path, How to Review Video Games for a Living. I finally have answered that question of how do I get your job as completely as I can possibly think. It's about 320 pages of how to be a better writer, how to get yourself noticed, how not to piss off PR, the whole thing that I could think of from press start to game over. It's available for Kindle and iBook for $10. There's also a print version available for a little bit more than that. All the information is over at criticalpathbook.com. Please send me your money. Thanks.
Hi, folks. I hope you're enjoying the Oscar episode of Laser Time, which I'm only realizing right now how irrelevant that is coming out after the awards we're speculating about. But whatever, we're going to get into some gripes later in the next segment, which I'm warning you, turns off abruptly because we lost some of the data thanks to our awesome hardware here. Which reminds me, Laser Time has a donate button where you can donate to the show if you like what we're doing and you want to support us. And if you don't like Laser Time, what about VG Empire? And what about the new show this week that launched, Henry Gilbert's Cape Crisis, an all-new comic book podcast? We're thinking we're going to revolve VG Empire and Cape Crisis on a bi-weekly basis. We'll see. We're still working all those details out. But details we've already worked out are stuff like the T-shirt store, where you can buy Laser Time T-shirts. We should be adding more of those very soon. We have Amazon deals. If you shop through us, you help support the show. Please review Cape Crisis on iTunes. And you can look up all Cape Crisis information at the illustriousHulkdick.com. Thank you, Henry, for suggesting that URL and loving it so much. Yeah, review Cape Crisis on iTunes. That'll help us out in getting getting more ears on that. Also on the site this week, lasertimepodcast.com, you'll obviously find your weekly Amazon deals, pre-order bonuses, stuff like that. You can use to support the show. Poison Popcorn, we got a new. Last week's was Jim Cotta, fantastic. I put a stupid opinion piece about how I hate the word video games. Henry Gilbert, in honor of Cape Crisis, put up a Spider-Man article about old, awful Spider-Man PSAs. Those are pretty great. Encourage you to check all of those out. Trying to get some other folks writing some stuff on the site. We encourage you to submit stuff in the forums and the review section. I'm trying to post more reviews. It's hard. But yeah, back to the show. I hear this is the section where we bitch about past Oscar stuff. So even if you hated the Oscars this Monday, which who didn't, unless you really love the artist and Hugo, yeah, you should enjoy this sequence much more. But yes, remember, it turns off abruptly. You've been warned. Laser time, second segment. All aboard! Let's go!
Isn't it exciting, Snow? Isn't it thrilling? It gets better. Meet your blind date, Rob Lowe.
Oh, Mr. Lowe, I'm such a fan.
Really? Well, I'm a big fan of yours, Snow, but you know, there's so much I'd like to know about you.
Used to work a lot for Walt Disney, starring in cartoons every night and day.
But you said goodbye to Grumpy and Sleepy, left the dwarf behind, came to town to stay.
Big lights keep on burning, candles keep on turning. Ooh, rolling, rolling, keep the cameras rolling, 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 keep the cameras rolling, keep the cameras rolling.
And you made it big in the movies, came to Hollywood to play the game.
Oh, the
Tying it in.
We're back into the Oscars. Diana, explain to us what the people are hearing. Not Tara's theme from Gone with the Wind, but what's the clip? Snow White, Rob Lowe,
Yep.
jamming out.
Jamming to Proud Mary.
Is this after Rob Lowe
Yes.
sex tape?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Really?
That
would have been like
about the same time.
That
It's
would
about
have
the same
been
time.
very soon afterwards, and very odd pairing. I refuse to look this up.
Yeah, this would be like March or April 1989 for the Oscars for the year 1988. Rain Man won, in case you're wondering.
Yeah. What was it up against?
I want to say Dangerous Liaisons.
I would have voted
Dangerously,
for that over
yeah.
Rain Man.
Well, I've never seen that, but like I don't hate Rain Man at all.
It's
Okay.
I don't know. I
Another
just sort of
aren't
grew up with it.
retarded people magical movie. I'm a little tired of those.
I'm trying to find them where shit. We'll get to that in a second because
Okay.
I wanted to talk about what's pissed you off the most about the Oscars.
Just in general.
In general, but like I went and listed like by year things that are just unconscionable. I know. I was bitching to you guys maybe last week about like best song, get rid of it,
Yep.
but mainly best animated feature. Like if you're gonna, it's the only category with 3 nominees. There are always more.
Well, this year they gone to 5.
Did they get a 5?
Yeah, they went to 5 because there's those 2 foreign movies in there that like no one knows.
And yet no room for Tintin.
Or Cars 2?
Oh, I'm
Cars
everybody's
should not be
the
there.
Academy's crying their eyes out about that.
I completely agree, but there's still never ever going to be enough animated movies to accommodate that stupid fucking category. And like,
But there were more than enough this year.
But the nominees are Kung Fu Panda 2, and you said Rango is a front runner. If I have to say Rango is a front runner for any,
Have you seen Rango?
I haven't. You do
It
this
is
to
so
me every
good.
time.
It's so good.
It is so.
Well, I have one that we haven't even discussed pre-podcast,
What?
which is 1998, Bill Murray. Like
Oh, and
he
Lost-
deserved it for Rushmore,
Rushmore, yes.
so hard.
Who won in 1998
And
over him?
God, I can't remember. Wasn't that the one? I remember it was like Billy Crystal like apologized to Bill, or like
I think that was for Lost in Translation.
Oh, that was. He didn't get nominated for Rushmore.
No.
He got nominated and showed up at the Oscars with Bill Murray is such a grumpy asshole that he does. Normally, it is a big deal that he even showed up to the Oscars when he was nominated, and so when he lost. Like Bill, I feel like Billy Crystal looked at him in the eye and was like, "Hey, cheer up, Bill.
Yeah.
Cheer up, Bill."
Yeah.
Did you get the gift basket?
But Bill Murray is like a hateful. That's why I love him. I love that he's so hateful. And
I'm looking at that year, and like the winner for Best Actor was Roberto Benigni. If that means for acting the most, then
that is a really
for Life is Beautiful.
If you look at the history of Best Actor winners, acting the most kind of
works.
Well, for a man, for a woman, you have to be hideous. You have to.
You have to be hideous or play a real queen.
Yeah, that can work too.
Or be Meryl Streep.
Or
she's only won once though. She's been nominated.
She's nominated like every year.
Yeah. Roughly that.
I'm looking. This
She's
is
probably going to win this year.
For example, this is the 1998
For a dumb
Oscars
biopic.
where the Shakespeare in Love, the timeless Shakespeare in Love won Best Picture.
Yep. Over Saving Private Ryan.
Wasn't. The movie's not
Saving
that
Private
awesome.
Ryan isn't even that great.
I actually prefer Shakespeare in Love, and that's not because
I'm a chick.
Not because I'm a chick.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
I'd say Best Actor, and that he lost, and I want. First of all, Edward Norton in American History X. That is a fantastic performance. But Nick Nolte in Affliction, like I just watched Affliction again. Affliction is fucking rad. And
Ian McClellan in Gods and Monsters.
Oh no, that was fantastic. But like Affliction is James Coburn won for Best Supporting Actor. Anyway, do you have an upset like that occurred anywhere in the Oscar history?
It's a pretty big one in 1994.
What's the 94 one, Hank?
Best Picture. Everybody who really liked film wanted Pulp Fiction to win,
or Shawshank Redemption. Let's say
Pulp
movies.
Fiction. Come on.
No, whatever. Movies you would watch over and over again right now.
Well,
everybody loves Shawshank.
Forrest Gump had the populace loved Forrest Gump. Everyone loved it.
I did too.
It's one of my
Boomers loved
dad's favorite
Forrest Gump.
films. No, a real America loved Forrest Gump. Undiscerning America loved it. It's one of my dad's favorite films. My dad hates movies.
It's
all films.
I remember liking it.
That's all I needed to hear.
But I remember
Someone
liking it.
who hates movies likes this one.
I remember liking it, and I don't hate the movie. I really don't. But it's stupid and not worthy of at best anything. It ends with AIDS. I don't like that at all.
Apple and AIDS.
Apple and AIDS.
Does Forrest have AIDS? No one has answered my question.
Which one?
Did she get HIV before she nailed Forrest?
No,
does the kid have AIDS, and does he have AIDS?
Yeah, in Walker, Texas Ranger, Haley Joel Osment reveals that he has AIDS.
That is true. But no, she got AIDS because she was a dirty girl who liked sex too much.
Yep.
So obviously she deserved to die. Like, come on, guys.
All right.
She enjoyed her life too much.
Clearly, that's
did
what
drugs.
happens to dirty girls.
That's also why she deserved to get. Well, it's wrong that she was beaten, but she kind of deserved it because of where she was hanging out, right, guys?
You're only saying this shit to women because you want to get laid.
It had such. That was my problem with Forrest Gump, that it couldn't pick. It had such a centrist vision of those tumultuous times. It's just like. Well, everybody's kind of a jerk, though, right? I mean, the Black Panthers are just kind of assholes, and this guy who's talking about freedom is actually a liar who beats women. And
what's weird is that that movie, Wonder Years, came on Netflix recently, and it's harnished my memory of Wonder Years. And I watched this, and this doesn't sugarcoat everything near as much as Forrest Gump, who is a retarded cartoon character who floats from historical significance to historical significance. Whereas Daniel Stern is going to narrate me as Fred Savage mugs at the camera and how depressing it was and how much her sister wanted to leave. Yes.
And then this stupid black man who gets to die. Jeez. I won't go home.
Bubba.
That is still a really sad scene.
He lent his
It
name
is a sad
to
scene.
one of the most bizarre chain restaurants I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Fucking for real.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never actually eaten there. I've
Can
just
we
seen
go?
the sign, but it's
There's one down on the wharf. I've never been.
That's like the tourist hangout.
I know. I went down there. There's actually a big arcade underneath it.
Really?
Yeah. So I've been down there before. So I don't know what it is. I live in San Francisco. I'm surrounded by awesome food. So I crave shitty chains. Like those are the things I make it a point to go and visit.
Fisherman's Wharf has many shitty chains.
Someday, like I'm going to rent a bus and we're all going to Dave and Buster's because I can't normally.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction history has proven it should have won.
Yes.
And like if Pulp Fiction wasn't there, Shawshank should have beaten it. Should have been Gump too. But like Pulp Fiction has infected the movie-going audience so much, or like movie fans so much, that it is cliche to talk about how good it is. But fucking serious, it's one of the best movie. It might be the best movie of the '90s.
I'm gonna lead with my least favorite choice the Academy ever made.
Okay.
2005 Crash.
Oof. Oh.
Easy picking.
Brokeback Mountain
That's easy.
deserved it so
Brokeback
fucking
Mountain
much.
should've
And
won.
Sorry.
Ang Lee won Best Director, and he still didn't get it.
Yeah, well, you're saying that because that's usually what happens. The person who's
Best
best
director is best.
is
It
usually
didn't
best.
direct
Almost
itself.
always,
It
yeah.
didn't direct
And
itself.
they're all voted for on the same people, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
And usually they differ from that if they're trying to reward somebody like Clint Eastwood every 3 months, which they love to. But Crash is the most, what do you call that? The most pandering kind
Yes.
like
It's an after-school special.
it doesn't even feel like an after school special. It feels like Michael,
very special
Michael,
episode.
Michael, I would like you to do a play about racism, and then you forget to do it, and the day starts, and you just get the whole class to like reenact things. Like we're all a little racist. That's the thesis here. Of course, we're all fucking racist. Like yes, anybody who's blind is a little racist. You fucking idiot.
Well, and such a dumb symbolism. Like it's like we're all cars just crashing into each other. Don't even pay attention. And, right?
We'll just steal the title from this Cronenberg movie about
Yes, that too.
Now on,
smashing
everybody.
cars into each other's
That too.
fetish thing.
That was not cool.
Whenever you want to talk about that Cronenberg movie, people are like, "Ew, why are you talking about Crash?" Like, no, the Cronenberg
no, they lick each other's scars. I'm talking about the good one. Yeah, that one was I was not going to give it to Brokeback Mountain, which I do like, but
That was a movie that made me cry.
no.
That
when
was
he
damn
hugs
good.
when he hugs the jacket at the end, I did cry.
I always say like I for a long time when I still had the power and to fight off the status quo overtaking my friends in our southern town. Let's just watch the Super Bowl this year. Like, no, we never watch the Super Bowl. We'll always have like a Counter-Strike match, or we'll go see Fantasia on mushrooms, or we'll do something like that's not the Super Bowl. Like, we're all dating.
Let's not
We're all
admit
dating.
how old we are.
We're
and start
not-
watching Super Bowl.
Yeah, they're all dating girls now, and they don't want to do that. So
They don't like fun stuff.
not that. It's just that like they expect it. It's like the status quo means you expect to tell people what you did at the Super Bowl party the day before. So I'm
At
like,
the office, at your boring job.
so I got my friend to agree to host it, but in agreement on the side, we brought in a smaller TV that broadcast Brokeback Mountain, simulcast it with the Super Bowl, and the and Pirates, the $1 million porn movie with 1,000 CG skeletons.
Yeah.
That was the only way I would attend or help host, and I got to pull that off.
Nice.
But I was going to say good night and good luck. Good night and good luck that year is
Good
like
one.
I think
That
that
is
movie
really
holds
great,
up
too.
really
Yes.
really well.
No,
Like
yeah.
there was a lot of good performances in Brokeback. It was a
No, I'll say that too. Good night and good luck is
good night and
better.
good luck is great. It'll always be great.
Because when I went into Good Night and Good Luck, I thought, oh, this is kind of like Crash. I thought, oh, this is just a polemic about how good TV was at stopping the McCarthy era. I was like, no, it's about that TV is useless
Yes.
and ruins you.
It's
Like,
about how you'll lose when you go up against something super
how-
large and you're doing the right thing.
and how pointless television is, just in general. Like, what was the scene where it was his boss says to him, like, people want to watch Milton Berle. They don't want a civics lesson. Like, they need a fucking
news.
civics lesson. Everyone needs a civics
News.
lesson.
We'll give them a prize. There wasn't even the fucking internet. There was no Wikipedia channel next to the Dumont network for everybody to get filled in. There wasn't even a ticker. Anyway, was that racist? Does anybody have a bone to pick with the Oscar Best Pictures?
What beat Fellowship of the Ring?
I do know that. That's on here. Because it also
Wait,
beat,
let me guess.
It also beat what I thought even if you don't want to give Fellowship of the Ring the award, which I thought was...
Well, they were sitting on those awards to give them all for
They were not.
Return of
I
the
think
King.
they had no intention of doing that until like they made sure the trilogy was brilliant.
Yeah.
They wanted to give the award to him once.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Because Two Towers...
fuck this nerd shit.
Yeah.
That's why.
Each one was better than the last, and I hate those fucking books. I think they're terrible books. I really do.
Not well written.
I can't really disagree.
And those movies were fantastic.
It's just I always tried to read those so many times as a teenager, and I kept getting tripped up by like the pages full of just song lyrics that had nothing to do with anything. It's like, God damn it, Tolkien!
Bouncing off to
All
Mordor,
right,
hope a bird will get
Tell
me.
your
Maybe
fucking
it'll
story.
happen in the last second.
Well,
And
what-
here it is in Elvish.
Yeah.
What
Yes.
won
Oh,
in-
now here's a few pages of food descriptions. That's great.
Don't
what
forget
won
the
the
appendices.
2001?
Against Fellowship of the Ring.
What
And what
beat
I thought
Fellowship?
would have won. I haven't seen it in a while, but I've seen it 3 times. I love it. In the Bedroom.
Oh, that movie is
In the Bedroom is
amazing.
Very
I love
unforgettably
it.
great.
So
And
that
it won
that
acting
No.
awards. No, it did win acting.
Even
Sissy
worse.
Spacek won though, didn't she?
No, I don't think she did at all. Like that, I was going to write that down
deserved
for
it.
snub too. That was a fucking
She was the
Tom
front runner.
Wilkinson. I think won. No, he didn't.
No,
he
I don't
didn't.
think he did.
Oh, and you're gonna say I let him get away with everything. Smash.
Well, the winner that year was. Thank you, David O'Selznick. The winner that year was A Beautiful Mind.
Oh, right, the Oscar bait movie.
Yeah,
Oscar
and
bait.
Jennifer, she
Jennifer
won Best
Connelly
Act.
won.
Connelly won Best Actress.
It's like it's not a terrible movie, but it's like you
Totally forgettable. Fuck it.
You know they only
Fuck it.
voted for that because it's like, well, this seems like a smart movie.
Fuck
so
it.
let's-
I guess Ron Howard deserves an Oscar.
It was that's what it was. It was a typical biopic, and it had a fucking ending with all these characters were fake. Not realizing like that had been pioneered for the last couple years. I mean, the ending to every movie, so that wasn't exciting to me at all. To realize those characters were not real.
Well, that and the previous year when Gladiator won. Fucking
gonna say that.
Fucking
Yeah.
Gladiator.
I had that written down,
in
too.
a year where Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon was also
I would just
Yeah.
running and got shut out because it's a foreign movie.
Yeah, I wanted to watch, not read.
Hey, that's a good Oscar memory though. When it
Speaking of
won,
England.
when it won foreign film, the Alan Lee didn't come up, but the guy who came up, like he just started. It was a Chinese man, and he was naming. He just kept saying like Chinese names over and over and over, like just wouldn't stop saying them. And the whole audience was just started laughing. And then like they cut to Ang Lee and Chow Yun Fat in the audience just laughing at the producer not stopping saying names. Like it was so funny.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's weird. I used to get really pissed off about Best Picture in particular, you know, when it's something like that, where it's like, I hated A Beautiful Mind. I did not
hated
like it. I thought the screenplay was terrible.
Yes.
et
But
cetera.
this year, Gladiator, I'm trying to remember what
But, you know, in Gladiator, it's like, really? I mean, we've seen this with Braveheart. We've seen this with Spartacus. They're
yeah,
all the
Braveheart,
same
yeah.
movie. But I've kind of mellowed out a little bit on this because it's not really what the best movie is. It's the consensus one that we can all agree, that's a pretty good movie.
But this is
I
still
expected
weird.
Avatar to win though in that year. Like,
When
I
the
was
fuck is
surprised.
Ridley Scott?
Nah.
No, this
Not
one.
Avatar.
But this one though,
Fuck
and
Avatar.
I did. I had disputes and I had these cases to make with years and what else was nominated. The movie wasn't even nominated. I'm a fucking authority on movies of this period. Almost Famous was not nominated for Best Picture.
Good.
That movie holds up and this was a very bad year. I'm trying to look it up while I'm speaking.
It holds up. There's stuff that I don't like in it.
Should have won Oscar, or should have won.
I think it won
screenplay.
adapted screenplay because he
It
wrote
should've
articles about it in the fucking 70s, so it's an adapted screenplay. Super
Yeah.
fucking Oscars.
Yeah,
Ew.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Make
I wonder.
mad.
You think Diablo Cody's going to win again this year with Young Adult?
Ooh.
It was a good.
I'm really looking
screenplay.
forward to her third game.
All right.
Supposed to
You
come out
guys
later
like
this
Young
year.
Adult,
Again,
right?
I will say weak year.
You haven't seen Young Adult yet?
No, I know.
Oh, okay. Wait, I
got
want to
bogged
say
down
real
with
quick.
seeing all these other stupid
Young
movies.
Adult is awesome because it calls bullshit on films like Garden State. The main
Oh,
character
good.
in the movie thinks she's the star of Garden State, and she's a super bitch who's wrong. Everything she does is wrong, and the whole world is telling her, "You're full of yourself. Calm the fuck down." She's like, no, I'm too good for this town. I'm coming back, and I'm going to save you guys. And I like, it's so,
Charlize Theron.
It's so she is so good. She has a scene just acting with her face that like says like she's a great actress. Like once I saw that scene, I was like, oh yeah, you're a great actress and deserve that Oscar.
That's all I think of when I hear Charlize Theron.
And Patton Oswalt.
She gets to fuck Patton Oswalt, so you know things
Hey,
will turn out. What?
shut up!
Spoilers. What the
Heard
fuck?
that everywhere. It's in the fucking reviews.
I specifically wasn't talking.
All
about
right,
that.
all right. I'll bleep that. I'll bleep that.
Thank you. I don't want the. Yeah.
This year, 2001, Gladiator 1, it was up against Chocolat.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Chocolate's awful. Yeah.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, which I'm not like a giant fan of. Aaron
only
Brockovich and
Oscar
Traffic.
bait.
Traffic could have won that.
Traffic's fine, but like I remember, like I like this. Never felt the need to watch it again. Never. I've watched the miniseries before I watched the movie.
I like Steven Soderbergh films, but I've never loved one.
Yeah.
Like
Have you seen Out of Sight?
Ocean's 12.
Out of Sight. Out of Sight.
Out
was,
of Sight.
Out of Sight was good, but Jackie Brown was
damn
better.
good.
Elmore Leonard movie from the same year.
Think?
Wait a
I like
minute.
Out of Sight better.
Wait, can I segue that into?
It's
into
got one of the
another my-
sexiest scenes ever.
That's true. Back when J-Lo could be
J-Lo
a
could
human
act
instead of a
like-
diva. Like,
Actually, kind of be believable.
I remember saying.
Yeah.
I remember people saying about Out of Sight, which I fucking love. It's probably one of the last movies I can remember buying on VHS. That Jennifer Lopez and George Clooney had good chemistry, and Jennifer Lopez was on her way up. And now I'm like, oh, I think it just meant George Clooney was a really good actor.
no, she did good. Soderbergh.
So you're saying
whipped
George
her into
Clooney, who's
shape.
awesome in almost everything, and Jennifer Lopez, who's awesome in nearly nothing.
No,
They had good chemistry together on screen.
well, there's that.
It's just George Clooney is awesome.
There's
And
that,
he
but
can
it-
seduce straight males.
There's that, but there's directors who are directors who can get like anybody. There's a reason Michael Madsen is only good in Quentin Tarantino films because he's a fucking he's a lazy turd who takes
What
shitty
about The
stars in
Getaway?
shitty movies.
Wait, speaking of George Clooney seducing straight males, what was the name of that movie that we saw the clip from yesterday?
Oh,
It's like Harvest or something like that.
it's something like that.
Is it new or
yeah,
old?
we turn on the TV. We're gonna watch something good, and there was like a Before There Were Stars thing on, and they had like George Clooney from like Facts of Life, and then Return of the Killer.
Riptide.
Return of the Killer Tomatoes, yeah, on
Return of the Killer
Riptide,
Tomatoes.
that was good. And they had this really brief clip. I want to say it was called like The Harvest, and he was in like a gold spangly bikini with a blonde wig, and he was singing and
Like lip syncing to the Brenda Carlisle song.
yes.
Heaven's a Place on Earth.
Yeah, Heaven's a Place on Earth, and it was like he played like a crazy transsexual or something. Like,
what movie this was?
I wrote it down so I could find it later because I'm gonna have to watch that.
Wow.
It was weird.
That made me think of Henry, Diana, Michael.
Yes.
Are you falling asleep on your microphone?
No, I'm just leaning my forehead again.
Come on, I thought we were having fun. I thought
He
we were. I
does
thought
that
it was
all
great
the
to have the
time.
band back
this
together.
This is my default non-talking.
All right,
state.
just tell your forehead not to breathe directly into the mic.
You can't tell my forehead what to do. My forehead is a wild
Oh
rebel.
shit! What year was this? 97. Who won the best supporting actor in 1997?
Old lady.
The best supporting actor
Oh, actor.
in 1997.
Russell. No, wait.
It might have been 98. I don't know. I don't remember.
Wait. Okay.
Oh, daughter's name is Zelda. Come on, help me out. Here.
Oh, Robin Williams.
It is Robin Williams.
Yeah.
And that I even liked
What a
Good Will
class.
Hunting. That movie is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
That movie
Yeah.
is fucking terrible.
I love the Community called bullshit on it.
Yes!
Like that was such a good.
It's not
They
your
were
fault.
so right.
It's not your fault.
The best
Shut
part,
up, man.
The best
It's
part
not
of
your
my
fault.
day is when I come here and I hope you're not going
I
to
hope
be
you're
there.
not there.
Fuck
Gotta-
you, buddy. You don't want me to be here. You're a dick.
So when I was thinking of personal biggest snubs, that year also nominated was Greg Kinnear in As Good as It Gets, and I'm only saying that because everybody else who was in As Good as It Gets won an Oscar, including Jack Nicholson and Helen Hunt.
Yeah.
And Greg Kinnear played against type, played a different character, and it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
It was a great
He was
movie.
so good. He was so good.
It was good.
And he'll never be nominated again. That
so
was
good.
also the year Burt Reynolds was nominated for Boogie Nights.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a crime.
Only chance forever to get an Oscar. I don't know if Saints Row the Third is nominated this year. Did anybody pay attention?
There's a similar thing
I
happened
didn't know he was
to
in that.
to Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy was great in Dreamgirls. So good.
And then what did he do?
Norbit.
Exactly.
Norbit was coming out before the Oscars, and I think
was
Norbit
released the same day the ballots went out.
Right.
Oh, wow.
He torpedoed himself so bad.
But the
And
biggest
deservedly so.
Yes.
That movie was a fucking
Well, because Dreamgirls was like the first movie he had starred in a long time where it wasn't the Eddie Murphy show.
No.
And he didn't have creative control. So he had to actually be directed. He couldn't go like, what if I did just put on a fat suit and fart? I'm going to do that. You can't make me. I'm the star here. I'm going to fart in this fat suit all day. In that one, he had to act like he had to
Your
like.
Eddie Murphy impression right there. It was so good.
I just loved him in that movie. It's like, what do I say about how I like my sandwich?
I was
Come
just going
on.
to say your other impression was not racist, but then you just went into that.
He said sandwich in the
Sandwich.
movie. That was his character.
Well, I was saying that year.
I oddly found the turkey ass jokes funny.
Those
I don't
are
know,
good.
just because they'd mocked up an actual ass that looked like it came from a turkey.
I wanted to say this year, the Robin Williams won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor, which makes Robin Williams an Oscar winner.
Yep.
That was
Along
also the
with Whoopi
year
Goldberg.
Robert Forster was nominated for Jackie Brown, which is the absolute greatest performance of all of those other greater performances.
Yeah.
Robert Forster from Chicago.
Probably go with Burt Reynolds on that, though.
No, Robert Forster.
I do love Robert
him in that
Forster.
fucking movie.
I love him
Jesus
all over
Christ.
the place,
Max
he's
Cherry.
great.
Yeah, Max Cherry.
He does make the movie.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have any?
Well, I just watched LA Confidential recently, and it reminded
what won
me
that
like
year?
Titanic.
Titanic.
Titanic wasn't not going to win, and Titanic.
It's not bad. I will
Titanic isn't bad.
No.
it's not. But LA Confidential. Come on.
not. LA Confidential is time, but so is
Titanic's
Titanic.
not bad. It's just really overrated.
But I watched LA.
I think it's just rated.
No, it's a real good movie, especially for a 3-hour movie.
Yeah, it's
really good. And it's just such a great spectacle. Like it's
Yeah.
great. And James Cameron is a great
The
director.
dialogue is terrible. He's a bad writer.
Yeah,
But
he knows how to
visually,
make
if you turn the
stirring
sound off
visuals.
visually,
Like,
it's incredible.
But
And-
I just watched LA
What if you turn the
Confidential.
sound off and just played the Humpty Dance over and over again?
After
Then it would be really funny.
After-
Because
Is that your
Kate
idea for
Winslet
everything
would
now?
say that her nose would tickle your ear
Yeah.
in 69. It was so funny.
Yeah.
after playing LA Noire, I watched LA Confidential again recently. I was like, yeah, this movie's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Like,
Yep.
wow.
I could watch that over and over.
And then it was like produced by
have.
Jersey Films, like it was
DeVito.
not-
Really?
yeah. That's why DeVito's in it.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
I
That was
wanted to
fun
get
upset.
into your personal, like, if you could take the Oscar away from anybody, who would that be? But before we went in there, this is, I don't consider this a giant snub, but 1995, Diana, do you remember what won Best Picture?
Is that Braveheart?
That was Braveheart.
Freedom!
That was Braveheart, which I watched a couple times.
Not a bad movie.
It's not a bad
Not
movie.
bad.
It's just not. It's every movie.
It's Spartacus. Again.
Well,
It's
you ever notice how much Mel Gibson gets tortured in every movie?
Yes.
he's in?
I know South
He's
Park
got
pointed
a
that out,
thing.
but like he is always a Christ figure.
Yeah.
He's tortured in every Lethal
I
Weapon.
think
He's
always
captured and
a
tortured.
person- I think he's a person who likes to be tortured.
I think he thinks
what
of
I
himself as some kind of fucking messiah. I'm a charismatic person that people want to see lead, but I'm reluctant.
Well,
Nah.
you spend a couple movies playing Mad Max, you're gonna think that.
I think
It's a natural assumption.
I think Passion of the Christ proved like he fetishized the masochism of it. Like Christ's vision is not important to him in the least in Passion of the Christ. Him suffering and to tell the audience, no, see how much he fucking suffered? He suffered a whole lot. You should be guilty. That is the message of Passion of Christ. And it expresses it with beautiful cinematography and some of the best horror makeup ever.
I
But-
thought it was all just a ploy a shameless ploy to sell makeup to Jewish men. Put evil eye makeup on Jews.
But
make them look cannibalistic.
when I left the theater, like everybody felt like the whole audience was just silent. Like they just felt they felt nothing. Like they all felt so emotionally drained. And this is in Florida. Tons of church going people there. Like churches called entire rows.
Yes. And it was sold out. It was sold out in my town for a while, and I couldn't imagine people walking out of that movie like, yeah, Jesus is awesome. Like, was that
No.
the point of the movie?
No, the point of the movie is you get out of it and you go like, wow, he really did suffer for our sins. This puts my Christianity in a whole new light.
Let's go to McDonald's.
I saw those pictures of the Station of the Cross, but this made it real.
Well, I
looks
always
like
argued
reality.
when I saw it that you go ahead, Michael. I don't want to talk.
I was going to say, remember when there was that brief period afterward when people started adopting the official movie nails as religious symbols?
Right, yeah.
To the point where it was a plot in an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
So I have to give it to
This is the nail to put the mezuzah up on the door.
I have to give it to
that's offensive.
evangelical cartoonist Jack Chick. He did not jump on that bandwagon. He posted a thing on his website when that movie came out. He's like, "Don't fall for the Passion of the Christ. That's papist lies coming to you."
The Chick Comics guy?
The Chick Comics
Can
guy.
we talk about him on Cape Crisis?
He deserves his own
Yes, we could,
podcast.
yeah. There
There are 3 comics I found on the ground, read, and it involves some whore dying, and ends the last panel is still Jesus on the cross saying, "It is finished."
If you do a Jack Chick podcast, I totally want it.
Oh, dude, I'm going to get in touch with him. It's our comic show.
but
We're
the
explicit.
So the
it's-
Oscars. I'm sorry.
Braveheart.
Braveheart.
and fine Braveheart, but that year was also the year Usual Suspects, 7, and Toy Story came out, which are movies you could just put on. I'm like, I don't want to watch. Okay, let's watch it.
This
I'll
is
watch the whole
no,
thing.
okay.
I'll watch the whole
I
thing.
wanted to go somewhere today, but all right.
I don't know.
That's true. All of those are more likely to get something out of them the second time. The second time you watch Braveheart, you just get much better at spotting the point where the blood gets on the camera, and you're like, dude!
And I,
Braveheart's
Get on the camera!
and I want you guys to
Braveheart's
think of your
important.
the Oscar you would strip away from someone if you could.
right.
If you could, someone or something, but this is the biggest upset I would think, and it's probably only in hindsight, 1980 but won Best Picture,
Oh yeah.
Ordinary People.
or which I think I tried to see and couldn't.
I've watched it.
Video stores don't carry it.
It's
It's
so
not
hard
online.
to watch.
It's, if
a
you've seen
Lifetime
Good Will
movie.
Hunting, you've seen that there's a lot of that
And that beat out.
same sort of, it's not your fault he died. You tried to hold on, but it's not your fault.
I get that movie confused constantly with Ruthless People and Other People's Money, both of which I could watch over and over again. But that year it beat out The Shining,
Yeah.
Raging Bull, and a little gay independent movie called Empire Strikes Back.
Raging
How-
Bull, man.
Raging Bull.
Fucking Raging Bull, man.
And The Shining's pretty great too.
No, they're all absolutely fantastic, and you can reward you every time you watch them. And Ordinary People.
Yeah.
So okay, I wanted to ask you who you would strip your Oscar from, and I'm stealing the best one.
Yeah, that's pretty much the best one to go with.
No. I'm stealing. I'm not even done yet.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm stealing the 1997 Best Supporting Actor Oscar back from Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh yeah.
It's not just because that year William H. Macy was nominated for Fargo.
Oh
which
my God, he's so
He beat him.
so good.
And I won't say this is a great movie, but he beat out Edward Norton in Primal Fear, which was at least a
That
was a better
a great
performance
performance.
than a guy who played a young football player.
Yeah.
But he did nothing with it. I think he immediately jumped straight into the Snow Dogs trilogy, and then whatever
Snow Dogs isn't even like the 4th worst film he's been in. since he won.
radio fucking-
Boat Trip.
I've seen
Boat
Boat
Trip.
Trip.
Road
These
Trip.
scars on my wrists.
He started.
They're named Boat Trip.
I don't know.
Oh, look! It says Horatio Sands.
Me radio. I like to. I like football. Me radio.
Oh, can we,
Mr. White Man, be nice to me. I'm radio.
Oh, let's be nice to that poor Negro fella, because he's just so stupid.
Wait, what did I see? Hold on.
I didn't even see that. I'm just
I
gonna
wanted to look up the biggest upset was Denzel Washington winning for Training Day, because that's fucking weird.
I want to tell
That was
you
a surprise,
that-
but he deserved it.
But
He
that
played
was
against
a-
type
That was a weird.
for once.
No, that was a weird year. I remember.
The
that-
nominees are fucking awful.
Well, I meant the lead up to that year. I was reading. I think it was the year I read more about film than any other year. And in that year, there were multiple stories about how few African Americans had won the
fuck
Oscar.
that.
Wait.
Well, it's because they gave a special award to
So that
They
night,
had their own award show. Why are they complaining?
So wait,
I'm
so
going
that-
back to the
See,
plane.
no, they gave
So
one
that
to
night,
Sidney
Sidney Poitier won
and made me feel
an
bad.
honorary Oscar. Denzel won Best Actor. Halle Berry won Best Actress. Like, it really, Halle Berry did not deserve it, but the other two did.
Make me feel good.
And
For
and
monsters
like,
balls.
but those were obviously like it was Oscar voting because of pressure, because people finally noticed, oh, only 3 black people have ever won an Oscar. That's pretty crazy.
I will say though that I loved her speech.
It was
Because
a good speech,
she reacted
yes.
like I would react, or actually no, I take it back. I was gonna say she reacted like I would react if I won the lotto. She reacted like people react when they get called up on The Price is Right. Like she was not expecting it. It was a big surprise. She starts going, "Oh my god!" freaking the
like
shit
hugging
out.
Drew Carey.
I loved it.
Who did for mine? Well, could you look up who Jamie Foxx beat for his Ray impersonation?
Oh, I will. And that is also tragic. But I thought I was getting God damn it. I hate the way this is structured. Okay. What is it? Denzel Washington beat out, and this is totally unfair, clear Oscar bait, Will Smith as fucking Muhammad Ali. Who gives a shit?
That was total Oscar.
Totally forgettable. Russell Crowe in A Beautiful Mind. Who gives a
Oscar
shit?
bait.
Not worth it. This is the greatest. He beat out Sean Penn in I Am Sam, which in hindsight, if it didn't win like a raspberry, like he should have won something for going fully.
Yeah.
Like that movie was ridiculous.
I love you, Sam.
Which year were you talking about?
Jamie Foxx, Ray. I think it was 2003.
2004.
2004.
And that I think I was combining these actually because Jamie Foxx won. I'm pissed that he beat out Don Cheadle from Hotel Rwanda because Don Cheadle is the total shit.
Yeah.
What?
Hotel Rwanda. Yeah. Was man.
And
Boy, Hotel Rwanda.
But that was also the year Clint Eastwood was nominated for $1 Million Baby for for learning how to speak a little less.
He's a great director, but man.
Oh no, god damn it. I was trying to find out it was the year in between that Sean Penn won for Mystic River, which is just like a
Right.
totally forgettable movie where he has on screen.
I think that's the Lost in Translation.
But
I think
he beat out
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray
Yeah.
in Lost in Translation and Ben Kingsley in House and Sand and Fog. And here's another nominee that was nominated. This is what kind of year it was. Johnny Depp for Pirates of the Caribbean. Like
That was a big surprise. I
Yeah.
remember that.
I mean, it's a
Everyone
great
was like,
role, but, like,
'cause comedians never get nominated.
Yes.
He stole the movie. I actually thought he had a chance to win.
Comedians
'Cause it
in
was
genre
so
never do any
surprised.
good.
is there anybody you want to steal the Oscar back from?
Yes. This is going to be controversial.
Did you want Jamie Foxx? Is that
People
your
are going to
choice?
yell.
No. Well, I already said the Bill Murray one. Let's just go with that.
All right. And
Both those years.
yeah, okay, it is a good movie. Its sequels are terrible, but its sequels are different. Rocky. If you watch the original Rocky, it's a very
It's
good
fantastic.
movie. It's a character
It's a
study.
tiny little indie movie.
And-
But
it's
75.
wonderful. But it
What
is
was
76.
Oh, 76? What was
Let's talk
76?
about All the President's Men.
That's
Let's
pretty
talk
good.
about Network. Let's talk about Taxi Driver.
Oh shit!
Those are two. Network is my top 5 movies all time.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Net-
Marathon Man. I like that one,
Did
but
Network
yeah.
at least win? It had to win screenplay, right?
Let me check.
Network was made.
better have.
Network is like the
gonna
a
say yes.
screenwriter's film. Like that is what it's for. Like Patty Chayefsky fucking owned that movie. That was most movies. The director is the owner of that, the auteur of that film, but not that one.
Yeah.
Sidney Lumet just kind of
Yes,
stood
okay.
back and let Patty Chayefsky.
Yeah, no, it did win for original screenplay.
All right, at least he got that, and also
All the President's Men won for adapted screenplay. So
And then the late the guy who played played Beale, Howard Beale, who had passed away. He won the Oscar.
he won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though what's his face? The guy, the actor from.
That is where our computer recording the audio just shit the bed. We'd like to remind you, of course, that Laser Time has a donation button. Hardware, get it? Money, hardware, making you shows that don't cut off midstream. Yeah, that sucks. Oh, man, you missed a riveting conversation where Michael basically predicted the entire award ceremony. Oh my God, I can't believe you missed that. Diana came out as bi. That also happened. No, that didn't happen. But whatever. That's the end of Laser Time. Sorry it had to end like this. I'm really sorry it had to end like this. Why don't we close out with something we can all agree on? Best Song, 2012 Oscars. Brett McKinsey, A Flight of the Conchords. Man or a Muppet. Just a beautiful, beautiful song. And in his award speech, he thanks Jim Henson. And I don't know if you guys lost your shit like I did. But yeah, we'll close out with that. Please check out lasertimepodcast.com all week long for tons of cool shit. We're going to try and launch some more shows too. Yeah, thanks guys. Bye.